Hi everyone, Rob here, and greetings from Wisconsin. Now just a heads up, you may want to put away any sharp or otherwise easily thrown objects, because for this video, we're talking about losing. Although this channel focuses specifically on Clash of Clans, I realized as I was reading through the script that this lesson on losing could really apply to any kind of loss. Now a lot of you probably don't know, but I spent a large portion of my adult life managing people. And in that time, I've seen a lot of different reactions from people who've taken a hit in life. I still remember two guys who were working for me who were taking union-approved, well, because it wasn't really union-approved, union-disapproved, union-unapproved. Anyway, they were just sitting around when they should have been working. And I explained to them in no uncertain terms that they had just screwed up and that wasn't acceptable. The good news, I told them, was that everyone screws up, and that I wouldn't judge them based on their screw-up, but by how they react to it. If they bounce back and they keep their nose clean, then all would be forgiven and I would forget about what just happened. If, on the other hand, they decided to stay calm and keep screwing up, then I would be more than happy to liberate them from my tyrannical expectations. One guy took the hit and responded well. He worked hard, his attendance was perfect. He eventually went on to start taking on leadership positions. The second guy took that same hit and didn't do so well. His attendance was poor. He started to lose motivation, and I don't think the guy made it another week before I had to can him. So why did one guy bounce back while the other one went under? Now to answer that question, I came up with a list of rules that'll help you navigate losses. So without further ado, I present to you Rob's rules to lose by. Rule number 1, before you reevaluate, remember. A lot of people's natural reaction to a loss is to reevaluate their situation. They ask things like, should I stay with this clan? Should I stay with this company? Should I stick with this career? They begin to doubt themselves, their life choices. Now, reevaluating isn't bad, but before you reevaluate your situation, remember why you're there in the first place. It helps to sit down and make a list. Things I'm looking for in a spouse, job, church, employer, TV, car, clan, pet, anything that you proactively add in your life is something you can make a list for. As you come up with items you're looking for, be sure to identify what items are goals, things I want to eventually work towards, and things that are requirements, the things I must have. For example, if you're making a list of things you want in a car and you write down a Ferrari, even though you can't afford a bicycle, you either have to acknowledge that it's a goal and not a requirement, or you gotta walk everywhere for a while. As you go through the list, the difference will be clear. Now compare that list to your current situation. So if your clan is losing wars left and right and you're thinking about bailing, go back to your list and compare. And remember why you picked the clan in the first place. If the list still applies, or it could still apply, then you probably want to stick around. Now, one last thing about the list. The items on the list, especially any relationship lists, should define the relationship and not the person in it. So, for example, you ask somebody, what are you looking for in a spouse? They're typically going to say something along the lines of, I want somebody who's smart and funny and attractive, as if that list means anything, because nobody says, oh, I want an ugly stick in the mud. So instead of defining the individual by saying I want somebody who's funny, say I want a relationship filled with laughter. Define the relationship. When you simply say I want someone who's funny, what you're really saying is I want somebody to entertain me. The spouse gets the expectation, but you get the benefit. Instead, when you say something along the lines of I want a relationship that's filled with laughter, both get the benefit of being in a joyous relationship, but both also live with the expectation that they'd contribute to that joy. One boils down to you serve me, while the other boils down to we serve each other. For the record, there is more than one rule to Rob's rules to lose by, but I try to keep these videos short, so if you got something out of it, like or comment below and let me know, and I'll see if I can't finish the list in future videos. In the meantime, that's all I have for you. Thanks for watching. Now go spend time with your family.